So I am going to just bring across the whole of the slide again to the opposite side of the dial, because what I'm wanting to do is work from the centre outwards. And I'll just bring that back in. Again, take the backlash out of the compound slide, and again, just to do a final check to make sure that the pattern that we're going to cut is on the inside of the ring, or sorry, the outside of the ring that we've scribed on there, and that's fine. So now we can basically start to cut, but what I now have to do is to increase the depth of the cutter, and what we're wanting to do is to increase the depth so that we have the peaks and the troughs of the rose pattern perfectly matched. We don't want any dead or flat spots on top. So I can basically make my first cut. Now with engine turning, it takes a lot of skill in order to get this pressure correct here on this slide, and if you don't have the correct pressure, then that will affect the pattern. Basically it's all down to the human touch, and I suppose if you like the skill of the craftsman, you need a high skill level in order to create a nice perfect pattern. So we can just start to do the first cut now. And it's very shallow, so I'm just going to increase the depth of the cutter. And now what I'll do is just make a full cut. And so the next cut, we have to adjust this, we reverse this by 1 notch and advance the cross slide by 1. And again make the next cut. So now we've done 2 cuts, and now it's the opportunity just to make sure that we have the cutter set to the right depth. We just bring the nail in and just shine light on the pattern, and if you see any peaks, any flats, then you know that the cutter is not deep enough. Now I'm just going to back it off really a tiny amount. And what I'll do is I'll just take 1 more cut, just to make sure that we're happy with that. And that's good. We've got a nice cut, 2 nice cuts. Also, there's a lot of shine and reflection in there, which again means that the end of the cutter is in very good condition. So now really we are well and truly set up to move right across the dial and generate this barley pattern across the surface of the silver.